Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris. We are going to be talking about some of the legendary changes that are coming to Diablo 4 that they talked about at BlizzCon by this gentleman right up here, David Kim. And Mr. Kim went into a lot of different details that they are thinking about, and you'll see the different graphics appearing on screen as we discuss them. First off, they wanted to talk about the overall different philosophy that they're looking for with legendaries, as you see on the table presented. You got your normal, your magics, your rare, your legendaries and sets, which are kind of neck and neck, your ancient legendary and ancient sets, and then finally mythic. One of the great things that they talked about is that instead of focusing so much on sets like they did in Diablo 3, which determined a lot of builds in Diablo 3, is that legendaries in Diablo 4 will possibly and more than likely eke out as being better stat-wise and effects-wise compared to their set brothers and sisters. And this will carry through with ancient legendaries and ancient sets. And then, of course, mythics are a tier all on their own, unlike the ancient and then primal copies of items that we currently have. The other great thing that they spoke about in this panel is that they are looking to bring the drop rate of legendaries and so forth down. So, as one person said, legendaries will not rain from the sky like they do in D3, to quote a question that they received at the panel. And one of the neat things about these new changes coming to the gear is that starting at rare quality, we're going to start seeing some interesting changes, like the example you see up here that they showed with that plus rank to Master of Arms. Now, one is to assume this is a barbarian talent, meaning its attack and defense, reduced fury cost. That lines up with barbarian, of course. Now, this really makes it interesting that this is a +1 to an exact talent, which I'll be covering talent trees and runes in separate videos later on. And it's really, really neat to see these changes being made, and the possibilities for builds just continues to grow from there on really being able to make something unique as a player for Diablo 4. Up next, they got into talking about different legendaries and showing examples of different legendaries regarding the Sorceress as their main example for different affixes that you might see on certain legendaries. Like, for example, the one on the screen right now is one that they showed. Teleport grants a barrier that absorbs 30% of your maximum health for 15 seconds. Nice little defensive affix, but that could be your playstyle for Sorceress. It may not. That's up to you. Next one that they showed off was a pair of boots, the Unraveler's Treads. And this one, teleport forms a rift in your path that increases your critical strike chance by 49% for 5 seconds. Not too bad. If you end up backtracking across that rift, based upon how it's worded, that's I'm assuming what it does. It creates a rift along the ground that you have to backtrack across, or that as enemies enter it after you, you'll end up with that bonus. That could be interesting, especially in tight hallways. That could be a nice one for caves. The next piece that they showed was a helmet flicker form. This one seems pretty cool to me, and one that I see, if it makes it into the final game, being a very, very powerful tool for certain players. Teleport moves you to a random location and costs 10 mana instead of having a cooldown. So instead of having a cooldown and control of where you're teleporting, teleportation is random. This is similar to a legendary gem we currently have in game it's a potion. Forgive me. It's a legendary potion we have currently in game that will teleport you randomly throughout the map. So this could be interesting. But pair this with the last piece that they showed us, which is up on the screen right now, Raiment of Infinite Potential, that you cast Nova at your teleportation location. And in the example they showed, it was Lightning Nova. So combine this with the previous piece, which I'm going to bring back up here, Flicker Form, you end up with not only teleporting randomly around at a cost of mana, you also get an attack linked into that with Nova being cast at your landing point. That could be devastating with a build surrounding that as a starter build. So that's really, really some interesting stuff to get into. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a quick clip here of the example they showed us during the panel of how this might work in game. I'll see you on the other side. Now, how cool was that? That was really nice to see. It really makes me excited for this game. Diablo 4 is really shaping up to be truly unique, but also learning from the lessons of Diablo 3 and allowing for better customization and build variety, which is going to be a lot of fun. And then they gave a final example of a mythic. The mythic example they gave is right now on screen, the Obsidian Heart. If you look at the affixes that come with this, you can see why these are going to be the rarest items in the game. Just the attack stat alone, 6,670 attack, 6,518 defense, 8% damage to enemies within melee range, plus 2 ranks to Bloodthirst. Pretty good. Then you have the actual unique affixes to this piece of gear. The weapon mastery skills have an additional charge. Cut to the Bone talent activates against enemies that are hit by your shouts instead of stuns. Critical strike chance increased by 20% against bleeding enemies, and your shouts generate 2 fury per second while active. So imagine pairing this with some other affixes that then will add other ranks to other talents or cause other talents to be activated. And then this all ties into the rune system with its active and passive or conditional activations on runes, which I'll get into in a later video in the future. So, folks, that is what we're looking at right now, early on in Diablo 4 with Legendaries. So, let me know what you think down below. What ideas does this spark for you? What are your hopes with this new Legendary system moving forward with Diablo 4? And please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. And if you like what you see here and you want to catch us live or catch me live, check us out on Twitch Midlife Crits as well. And for Midlife Crits, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.